¿Qué es la que hay, corillao? Saludos a todos mis amores. Bienvenidos. Hoy es el Día de los Padres y estamos bien contentos y bien felices de estar aquí con ustedes. De verdad, a mí me llena de felicidad. Muchas gracias por estar aquí. Mi nombre es Anjo Figueroa, ANJO Figueroa, y obviamente estamos aquí. Vamos a bajar un poco la cámara porque no vean el revolú, porque no tapé la nevera como siempre. ¿Está bien? No tapé la nevera, pues estoy bien vago y me levanté bien vago. Mira, pero estamos bien contentos, bien felices de estar aquí con ustedes y vamos a mostrar lo que va a ser el Sea of Thieves, a Pirate Life Showcase. Esto es un evento especial que hizo Xbox para el día de hoy y comienza en 3 minutos, así que estamos en espera de que comience. Va a comenzar, se supone que empezará a las 2, pero se atrasaron 2 minutos. Mano, estamos bien contentos, así que saludos a todos, saludos. Este es el momento de darle like, compartir y poder llevar el mensaje de la buena información de la mejor página de gaming en el mundo mundial. La única página que tan pronto usted nos escuche, sube de nivel. Mira, esa no es la nevera de John D, no es la nevera de John D, no es la nevera de John D. Todavía no es la nevera de John D. Mira, con BT, estamos bien contentos. Estamos bien contentos, de verdad. Dímelo, Cachubi, que es la que hay, Cachubi. Cachubi, hace tiempo no jugamos, tenemos que jugar. Pero lo bueno es que se acerca Sea of Thieves y en Sea of Thieves sí que vamos a joder. En Sea of Thieves vamos a joder. Quiero ponerle la musiquita, porque esta musiquita siempre me golpea, ¿verdad? Me da ganas de beber. Esa música me da ganas de beber. Esto es como para janguear. Y yo con café, cabrón. En el jangueo, bien hijo de puta con la música. Viene que estamos a ley de nada. Estamos a ley de nada, corillo, de que comience el Sea of Thieves a Pirate Life. ¿Me ogué? Y vamos a poder ver todo lo que trae de nuevo la básicamente la actualización nueva de Sea of Thieves. Mano, yo estoy bien fucking pompeado. Yo les soy bien sincero, yo estoy bien fucking pompeado. Cuando salió este anuncio yo me emocioné bien brutal. Los que estaban en el live nos vieron. Estoy bien contento, mano. Dímelo, mal, que es la que hay. Bienvenido, corillo. Mira, a ley de nada. A ley de nada, corillo, de que esta mierda empiece. A ley de nada de que esta mierda empiece. Estamos bien contentos, estamos bien felices y bien contentos de que estén todos ustedes con nosotros. Vamos a poder ver lo que será el Sea of Thieves a Pirate Life. Y, mano, yo estoy loco por jugar con toda la franquicia de Disney, de Pirates of the Caribbean. Estoy bien pompeado. Y yo sé que alguien que está bien pompeado es Chuck. Dímelo, Chuck.
¿Qué está pasando? ¿Qué es la que hay?
Está juqueado con los audífonos, ¿ah?
Estoy seteando y todo.
Madre.
Esto está a otro nivel.
Papi, son bellos.
Que sí, que cómodo. Y tengo obviamente a mi participante aquí conmigo.
Mira qué cosa más chula.
Dile,
¿Qué
hola.
pasa? Hola. Mira, ya empezó esto. Vamos a ver qué es lo que nos trae Sea of Thieves.
Mi sorpresa era así.
¿Tu sorpresa? ¡Qué chula! Vamos a poner esto grandecito ahí. Maldito Kraken, John D. Maldito Kraken.
An ill wind blows from beyond the horizon. A new danger is coming on the tides. And the one who might stop this ruin, trapped for all forever in the sea of the damned. Now, to save the pirate life, you must start by saving the life of one.
Este es lo que salió en el E3, ¿verdad, Chuck?
Sí, exactamente. Que sea Jack Sparrow.
Pues nos podemos ver. Bueno, yo estoy bien pompeado.
Sí.
De hecho, esta mañana me levanté y hice como 2 misiones para hacer dinero porque yo sé que esto nos van a vaciar la cuenta.
Yo tengo guardadito. Y gracias, Cacho, y gracias a mi mujer Goldie. Gracias, les agradece.
Dímelo, Rolling, que es la que hay, bienvenido. Bueno, yo ayer estaba jugando, que se lo dije a ustedes, estaba jugando con unos chinitos y en una sola misión hicimos 1500 de oro. En una... Digo, 1500 no, 150,000 en una sola misión.
150,000 en una sola misión.
Sí, porque ellos tenían el barco lleno de cofres y abrieron las cuevas esas que hay que matar a 7,000 de este tipo. La abrimos y, papi, y esa gente estaba bien organizada, eran 2 personas. Y no, papi, estaban bien organizados. Ellos sabían lo que habían que hacer, cómo hacerlo, de qué forma hacerlo. Yo lo que hice fue dar como 7 espadazos y cobré.
Y después de 7 espadazos, cobré 150,000 achetados. Gracias, Rolling, gracias.
Mira, esto es extendido, esto no lo habían presentado.
Es extendido, tienes razón. Eso no habían presentado.
Eso no lo habían presentado.
Sea of Thieves, eh? Bring me that horizon.
Esa parte le quedó cabrón. Le quedó tan cabrón. The Sea of Thieves. Sí, Cachubi, se hace un montón de dinero en eso. Viene en junio 22, en otras palabras, en 2 días.
En 2 días.
The Sea of Thieves, a pirate's life
Era
showcase.
el nene.
We are so excited and proud
Una de las
to give
cosas
you
que a mí me
glimpse
gusta de
into how we
Rare,
brought
y yo lo he
Jack
dicho
Sparrow into our
anteriormente,
world, an
es que
early
este
look at
macho
some of those first
se
couple of
sienta
tales, as well as some
todas
behind
las
the scenes
semanas
interviews with
y
members
hace un
of the
stream
development team just to show
explicando
how amazing
todo
it's
lo que ellos
been
le
to
están
work with us
añadiendo
and
al
how
juego.
excited
Y eso
everyone
no
is
lo
to
está
have had this
haciendo
opportunity.
nadie.
And Sea of Thieves has never been in a better place. We've had over
Y a
20
mí me
million
encanta
people
esa
play.
mierda de ellos,
We've been
porque
adding
ellos
content for
tienen un
over 3
acercamiento
years.
al
So whether
público
you've been
tan
on that
brutal.
journey with us or you're new to the
Y los
adventure
que
and this
somos
is the first time
insiders,
you're
cada vez que le
experiencing Sea of Thieves,
escribimos, ellos de
there's
verdad se
never
lo
been
toman
a
en
better
cuenta,
time to
mano,
play it.
y
We're just really
arreglan todo lo
excited.
que uno le
Anyway, let's get on
pide.
with the show.
Están bien brutales.
As part of expanding our game, the boundaries of the world and the types of experiences you can have, we're bringing Sea of Thieves, A Pirate's Life. This features 5 tall tales that tell this epic, original story where you get to crew up with Captain Jack Sparrow and go on an adventure to save the pirate's life in the Sea of Thieves. So the idea is that Captain Jack Sparrow has stolen the greatest pirate treasure of all time, a golden key to other lands. It possesses true freedom. Jack has used this treasure to cross his precious horizon, and he's found the pirate world of Sea of Thieves.
O sea que la misión de esto es encontrar la llave para cruzar ese portal. Después que la cruzas, cae aquí.
Jones. And Davy Jones has also discovered this pirate world, finding that the pirate's life is somewhat different here. He has no dominion over those waves, and he doesn't control the pirate's life and their ability to return back from the land of the dead. And this threatens the pirate's life.
O sea que ahora te mueres y te moriste.
And as part of this story, you get to work with Captain Jack to save the pirate's life.
Pues dijeron que ahora este mundo es diferente y que no va a tener, vamos a tener la habilidad de volver del mundo de los muertos.
Que Davy Jones no tiene esa habilidad.
Ah, ok.
Eso, que Davy Jones no tiene esa habilidad.
Players the chance to see brand new locations for the very first time, exploring the supernatural realm of the Sea of the Damned and also the underwater world of the Sunken Kingdom.
Eso
So
está bien
part
bello.
of these new adventures is encountering new creatures in the Sea of Thieves world. Creatures like sirens, they're all around you and engage you in new
Muy bien,
ways.
Cachubi, vamos a jugar. Yo voy a jugar el martes.
Vamos a streamearlo. Yo voy a streamearlo. Full.
Sí, sí.
Crustacean-like creatures that work
Sale el
together
martes,
as a
Edgardo.
crew. We're also
El martes,
introducing
papito.
new
Ya desde el
mechanics,
martes podemos
like
jugar
the
esta
Trident of
bestialidad.
Dark
Gracias,
Tides.
papi
You can
Xbox.
wield it As part of those
Y
toy
by the
towers,
way,
but
si
also
tienen
use it to
duda de
engage
quién
with
es el
content
verdadero
that's already
papá
there in Sea of
en
Thieves,
Xbox
like
o
taking it
PlayStation,
to a skeleton
escuchen
port or
el podcast de
engaging
esta semana,
other
está
ships
bien
with this new
cabrón.
tool.
I don't
Lo tiramos
suppose
hoy de
by
regalo de
chance
padre.
There's a second one of those.
So each toy
Tienen
tower
que
that
escucharlo.
Sí, está bueno, está bueno.
into that tail. There's also
Boal
Pirates of the
y Chuck
Caribbean
por poco
themed
se enredan a
content
los
within our
puños.
pirate
Gracias a Dios
area.
que viven bien
So we
lejos.
love the idea of players being able to cosplay
Soplamoco ese tipo.
the crew of the Black Pearl, to have adventures and have the prison doc.
Es bien difícil yo expresar
Vaya.
lo que quiero
that you can have,
teniendo...
and also being able to deck out your ship
Si no, mis PC fuesen diferentes.
inspired by the legend of those
Te
iconic ships
entiendo
from the
totalmente.
Pirates of the Caribbean universe. You can have the ship set that feels like it's been inspired by the legends of those ships coming to the Sea of Thieves world. We're really looking forward to how players can role play using these new ways to express themselves. So I'll never forget that first meeting that we had with Disney.
I think we waited till we were around the corner, but then we were literally like arms over each other's shoulders, like kind of like we're going to do something special here. This is going to be amazing.
For
Él
this
habla
new
como bien
Pirates of the
rápido,
Caribbean
¿verdad?
story, we were excited to work with Bear as they are genuine fans of this world and these characters.
And I
Era.
remember
Vicepresidente de
standing
Disney y de
kind of the
Pixar.
first moment alone, looking into the mirror, and it's ever so weird, almost talking.
Casi
Tienes
nada.
que verlo, Cachuy. El episodio
With
está bien
Rare,
bueno.
we immediately knew we had found a team that was up to the challenge of taking what fans love about Pirates of the Caribbean from the theme park attraction and the films and building something new.
They looked at our game, they recognized the,
O sea que está
tone,
brutal
the humor,
porque
and
tú
the
te
kind
das
of the
cuenta
fantastical
que
nature of it
Disney
and everything. And I
está
think they
tratando
saw
de buscarle un hueco en el mundo del
kindred spirit, I
gaming
guess.
a
We started by just having fun,
todo lo
imagining
que
the
ellos tienen.
possibilities and pushing each other in new directions.
And I think one of the amazing moments.
A mí técnicamente ya tiene ese hueco seteado.
First
Sí,
initial
sí, sí.
creative pitch for where we could
Claramente.
Kingdom Hearts.
the
Kingdom
team.
Hearts.
Seeing
Sí,
that
That's
sí.
it.
and how
Sí,
inspired
pero el
that
hecho
the
de
team
que
was
ellos
to
te digan,
now
mira, estaban
it's a
buscando
reality.
a alguien que encajara el mundo y ellos perfectamente lo cubren, tú sabes. Papi, las sirenas que nos van a matar, esos son, yo no sé si tú lo has jugado, cuando tú vas en de estos, las que están de piedra, que tú tienes que darle y darle y darle y darle y darle
It
para que
was authentic
explote.
to Pirates of the Caribbean.
Creo que sí, creo que sí.
Pues esas sirenas van a tomar vida
Everything
con
from the
eso en el
original design
medio y te van a
documents to the
atacar.
visual treatments to what fans are going to experience when they get to play this.
We got to kind of go on all the rides. We got to go on Pirates of the Caribbean twice in a row, which was just so
Ese
cool for
road
me
es
to
bien
see
porquería.
some of the images
Yo lo
from
odio.
Mike's kind of creative
El ride de
proposal,
Pirates of the
which showed
Caribbean de
actually
Disney.
how not just the films were
Una
going to be a
pero
focal
una
point of this collaboration, but
mierda.
also the ride.
I've been working at games at Disney for over 25 years, and I've been coming to
Y
Disneyland
lo
my
peor de
entire
todo
life.
es que todo
I've
es San
probably been on
Juan,
this
Puerto
ride
Rico.
hundreds, maybe thousands of times. It's my favorite ride.
this idea that
O sea,
we
eso
could put this
supuestamente San
creative
Juan.
twist on these
¿Qué?
locations
¿En serio?
that
Sí,
you've seen
sí.
on the Pirates
El
of the
ride,
Caribbean attraction.
cuando
The
tú
idea
entras,
of
dice el
representing
morro.
this almost director's cut of the attraction experience. You feel like you're right there.
O sea que
in that
técnicamente
town or
eso
in
que
that
está pasando
grotto.
en el morro,
Es el
eso
morro.
mismo, sí,
Really
eso
trying to
mismo
give
es
you
como
those
si
really
estuvieran dentro del
powerful
morro. El
nostalgia,
ride es así.
magical
Ok.
Pero, pero una porquería porque tú lo que haces, ¿ves? Tú lo que haces es montarte y caminar y ver el oro.
We looked at Pirates of the Caribbean as a real kind of example of the freedom of the pirate's life, the being the pirate you want to be, of humor, of a really great range of kind of characters and
Así que
legendary characters as well.
técnicamente,
And
gente de
when we
Puerto
looked to Sea
Rico,
of Thieves,
vamos
we
a
wanted to take
visitar
a lot of
el
that into our
morro
game.
We knew we had to
de
find a strong narrative and clear
de
character
Pirates of the
motivation to
Caribbean
bring
dentro
Jack
del
Sparrow
juego.
into this world. Freedom means everything to Jack, which makes the Sea of Thieves a perfect fit. But his unpredictable actions make him a great character to spark the adventure.
Jack Sparrow talks so much about the freedom of the pirate's life and the freedom to have your adventures. So the idea that he would want to be in the Sea of Thieves world and want to play his part of saving it was a really kind of powerful idea.
The first time Jack kind of interacts with the ferryman, who is a character from our world, like on the Ferry of the Damned, and they're kind of bantering back and forth, and Jack in the way that he is, and his character and the humor. For me, that moment, I was like, wow.
That's Captain Jack Sparrow.
Cabrón
mate.
de Marco,
Well, I think you may be overreacting.
Marcos, te amamos, Marcos. Vaya, güey, te
I
mencionamos
know
en el
the true
podcast.
worth of what I possess, and I'm intending to keep it quite safe. Now,
Ah, papi,
I can
es que ese es
see
el
you're
barco
very
de los
busy.
muertos, mira,
Grumpy.
que sube.
So we'll just
Sí, eso es lo que él dice. Él dice que él empieza interactuando con el ferryman,
No, it's
que es el
really-
de Sea of Thieves.
we've really tried to tap into not only some of the feeling of the iconic set pieces that you see in the movies, but really the deeper meaning of what it means to be a pirate and what the enduring kind of appeal of pirates is.
The first moment you you see kind of characters from our world, characters from their world talking. It's like a magic moment, and again, it just fits. Nothing we can do can undersell.
Saludos, Sarah
Rare has a
Jaron.
genuine love of the
Saludos,
franchise
bienvenido.
and the characters, the worlds, and the stories, and they understand what makes them special. This is what has made this so amazing. They bring that authenticity to every
Papi, vamos a
conversation we
correr
have,
por
and
el
you're gonna
morro
see it
por
in the
dentro
game
y
when you
todo.
get to play.
Estoy tan pompeado, de verdad.
We had these core
Saludos.
characters and assets that people already knew and loved, and our job was to visualize them
Feliz
into
estaría en
CFDs
esa
and make
oficina.
them feel like
Sí.
a part of our world.
Making sure it's an engaging challenge and adventure for our existing players,
¡Feliz!
but also something that we hope a lot of
Llevaba
new
café
players
todos los
and
días, aunque
people
yo
new
fuera
to
el
Sea of
jefe.
Thieves are going to come in and really enjoy it and want to get all the way through. My favorite bit about that is the challenge that you then put on yourself. Can we bring these really well-known characters into Sea of Thieves in a way that still
Tú
feels
sabes que está
natural,
brutal.
that still feels
Que
playful,
ellos
and still
encajaron
gives players
perfectamente
those
el
kind of shared
diseño
experience moments
de
that
cada
we've
uno de los
always wanted
personajes
them to feel.
dentro del mundo de Sea of Thieves. Y se ve brutal.
It's such a great
Se ve
addition.
como si fuese hecho para el
Not
juego.
all players.
Exacto.
Hecho para el juego, no para la película ni nada.
Some players feel more
Y está
comfortable
bello.
on a solo ship on their own, but these
Papi,
players,
esa
when playing
camisa yo
Pirates
estoy
Life,
loco por
they'll
tenerla,
have
mano.
Jack Sparrow aboard the cannons whilst they're sailing the ship, which is just such a great experience.
Ya, mire, y eso
We
es un
actually got one
jaquecito.
of the stunt doubles from one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies to come to the studio, full makeup, full costume, and get to act out some of these major moments in their story. And just that encyclopedia of knowledge that this wonderful actor had really helped bring Jack to life, right down to the mannerisms, the facial expressions, the way he says certain words, and how he carries himself. Getting Jack right was absolutely key to this story.
Sí,
All
eso,
of the
eso,
characters
eso
that
sí
we
me
see a part of this
molesta.
story are either
Que han
our own
llevado
team,
a otro
I even
tipo
acted out
que
one
no
of
es
the
el
scenes myself, it was a
original
lot of fun.
a
Or
ver
Jack
cómo el
Sparrow,
original
the
se
stunt
mueve.
double, acting out some of these scenes to ensure that it really feels like that character.
If we can get him
Pero el
right,
Disney no
if
lo
we
quiere
can
más.
develop the pipeline for him,
Ese es el problema. Lamentablemente no va a estar más.
for all the other characters.
No,
He can
él,
fight
él
against Davy Jones's
supuestamente
ghost
ahora
chicks, as well as the siren
va a
statues.
ser esta chamaca la que va a
He'll tell
ser
you when your resources are on low.
como
You
Jack
can find
Sparrow.
him around the ship where you can go and take selfies with
¿Cómo que
him.
se llama esta muchacha? La que hace de Harley Quinn.
We had to make tools that would allow the animation
Sé cuál tú dices, pero no me acuerdo el nombre.
Sí, pues el nombre de ella, digo, ella va a salir como protagonista de la nueva Sea of Thieves. Y supuestamente Zac Efron es el que va a ser de ese
So we
personaje.
use contrasting color, which goes against
Dímelo,
the
Miguel.
colour
Mira,
of the rest of the
felicidades, Chuck, te
environment,
dice Miguel.
just to highlight key areas.
Gracias, Miguel, gracias.
The guide players will dress doorways, will use assets as leading lines.
Loco,
just
mira
to,
qué bello
again,
se ve.
help guide the players' eyes to their objective.
And there's
Ellos
also
tuvieron
kind
que
of
haber
trickier ways we
Saludos.
can do it, whereby a player can drop down into an area that they then can't get out of to go back on themselves.
As with all of our tall tales, players have a quest book in their inventory when they start the tall tale.
The
which will always give them
Blackbird.
guidance on where they
Ya,
should
che,
go
qué
and what they
brutal.
should be doing.
So we have
Mira,
quite
me
a
dijo
lot.
charlatán la nena.
And well, this is essentially one book where the castaway writes down the story.
And there are also checkpoints at various
Mira,
points
¿viste lo
along the
complicado
tall
que
tale?
es
So if
sacar
you do
el
complete
Blackbird?
part of it, and then for
Hay que
whatever
hacer
reason you
todas
want
las
to come back to
misiones
it in
del
a later
libro,
session,
gente.
there's a checkpoint to allow you to pick up your adventure just where you left off.
We've been able to do it in a really authentic way, paying homage to the Pirates of the Caribbean IP, what it feels like to be a Sea of Thieves player in the really physical, playful world that we've built, and also paying homage to the Disneyland ride and park in general, which have inspired a ton of the design team, I know, and
Qué
probably
brutal.
much wider around Rare in terms of the level design and the way you move through an environment.
So the Tunnels of the Damned is this area that connects the Sea of Thieves main world to the Sea of Damned. So it gives you the ability to move from the main world to wherever you want to go.
Only that crew is inside
Papi,
that
con
new
esta
world,
mierda que
which
ellos
means
están
that we
haciendo,
have a
ellos
lot
pueden
more
expandir
levers as
tanto el juego.
creators to make sure that their experience is
Porque te están
unharmed by
diciendo
the
que de
players
repente
and
esto es un
all the kind
portal
of
para
cinematic
donde tú
beats, and when we
quieras
want things
ir.
to happen, all work and play out exactly as we want them to.
So it has the possibility for us to link the Sea of Thieves world with whatever we want.
Thank you. Gracias por repetir lo que yo acabo de decir.
My favorite part
Sí,
has
Tú,
been
mi amor,
working
tú.
together with the
It's
team
my
on
favorite
developing
part.
the sirens. And I absolutely
Tú.
love how the team brought them together because they are elegant.
Me-
They're like these shadows in the dark that come to hunt you, but then when they get in your face, they're like super creepy.
Acho,
One
sí,
thing
eso
we're
me va a
really
dar un
proud
miedo,
of with the
cabrón.
science that
¡Ya,
Mira
qué
la nube, mira
cabrón!
la nube.
It's like nothing you've seen in Sea of Thieves before ever. So you get this huge sense of achievement when you're doing it.
It
Genial.
feels like the new worlds that we've put in, the Sunken Kingdom and the Sea of the Damned both, they are so cinematic. The way we approach this, we learned a lot from how movies like Pirates of the Caribbean do their framing and everything, that sort of grandiose feeling you get in the movies. We wanted to bring that to the game.
When we started developing the visual aspect of the world, we
Bueno, yo quiero trabajar
immediately
como que en
started
esa oficina,
thinking
me
of
gusta.
very small objects, even things like flora and the sky.
¿Qué te gusta tanto de la oficina?
This look like.
Toda su
I will start taking a
empleada.
look at
Mira,
Spanish
saludos,
colonial
Anthony. Bienvenido
architecture
desde
with,
Calle,
very
Puerto
intricate
Rico.
arches. We
Saludos,
have
saludos, saludos.
terracotta tile,
Saludos, Anthony.
brickwork and stonework.
Anthony, tenemos
Also
que hacer
plaster, lots of new
una de estos. ¿De
materials
dónde
that
son
I
las
got
tetas
to
de Calle?
explore.
¿Son de
We
Calle o
actually
son de
found
Salina?
creatively that we pushed our art style
Una
outside of
excelente
our own
pregunta.
boundaries, and it's really cool because
Porque tenemos a
going
Omar que
forward,
dice
we
que son de
found that
Salina.
there's things in the Sea of Thieves
Es válida la pregunta.
imagined before.
This
Sí.
world is mainly
Él dice que son de
a
Salina.
constitute of memories of pirates, of buildings, of their ships, of their adventures. It's a memory of what used to be, of what they used to be.
And the end result is this magical, beautiful world with like lots of coral and colors, but equally creepy, dangerous, and almost a bit dark.
Destroy that. Diablo, qué bello se ve. Papi, la música, que es una de las cosas más lindas de este juego. Ah, lo está escuchando a todo volumen. Ah, lo sé todo. Ah.
So when you dive down from your boats, you actually
¿Activaste el
hear a
Dolby?
rendition of He Shall Not Be Returning, which is a
Lo
song that
mejor que he hecho en mi vida.
Soul Update.
Gracias.
And it's meant to be that very alluring
Gracias por
sound
escuchar
of
mis
sirens
consejos.
singing towards you, pulling you into the Sunken Kingdom.
Papi, estos audífonos son bellos.
Es una cosa, y la base es tan bella.
We was staying sort of fairly faithful to Yo-Ho,
Sí, loco.
Pirates Life, the tune.
El único problema es que tener cuidado cuando le enganche. Porque puede ser que tú pienses que se está cargando y no se está
What
cargando.
we actually did do is obviously listen
Me ha
to the
pasado.
films, watch the films, and try and bring Sea of Thieves into that massive Hollywood score. Ocean Crawlers, we went for a more woodwind style.
Mira,
which pluckers
en la
around every
página
now and
oficial están diciendo que les gustaría tener un PvP de Sea of Thieves.
then. Sirens, obviously, we went for vocals.
Estaría cool.
bien duro.
Sí.
And
Estaría
with
cool.
the Phantoms, we actually went for a little bit more synthy, a little bit more ambient, and drones, which sits really nicely underneath everything else.
This is a nickel harper, which we use quite a lot in Sea of Thieves. You have these keys that you sort of go chromatically that you use to play the notes. Playing with a bow, you can.
The character that you made that initially was just, an asset name in an Excel sheet is now, when it displays into the world, and then you get the voiceover lines on it and the animation on it and the lighting is correct and the environment and music comes in and all those things, then it's very much a case of that the result is more than the sum of its parts.
And seeing everything together from the concept to then the model, the environments, the VFX, the animation.
It's been an absolute fantastic
Sí, sí.
experience. Really enjoyed it.
That
A esa
moment
oficina me voy.
when you're in the heavy, dark seas and you're in the middle of a battle.
Anjo,
and you just
bendición,
look to
quiero
the
unos
left,
astros.
and
Rolly,
Jack
yo te
Sparrow
dije
is
que te compraras
standing next
unos
to you,
astros. Y tú
firing
me
at the same
dijiste que
targets
no,
as you.
porque lo más que tú me
Music's
pagabas por unos
there,
audífonos eran 50
he's
pesos.
there, and it's like nothing I've ever played.
Rolling, lo mejor que yo hice fue comprar esto, sinceramente. Lo
Gracias,
mejor.
gracias.
In this first tale of the Sea of Thieves, A Pirate's Life,
Y deja que
you get
juegues
thrust
con ellos.
straight into the story, adventuring into
Esta noche yo me metí hacia ti, esta noche.
this supernatural
La vamos a
realm
meter.
No, papi,
where pirate
sí, sí,
dreams
sí.
and nightmares take on a
Papi,
physical
pero
reality.
recuérdate que hoy es Hell in a Cell. Pero podemos jugarlo después.
Después de Hellensel, dale. Sí, eso va.
Pero tienes que probarlo.
As part of adventuring in
Con
this
Rogue
tale,
Company.
you'll see haunted grotto
tú
caves
escuches
and
los
the
pasos.
shipwrecked town of Sailor's Grave as you try and find Captain Jack Sparrow.
Anjo, papi, quiero seguir, pero voy a ir para una fiesta de padres con mi familia.
Dale, papi, dale. Yo
Así
me quedo aquí
que,
un ratito. Felicidades.
gracias, papito. Chequeamos, Gorillo.
And she's the gateway to
Dile, mi amor, dile adiós, bye bye.
See the damned.
Bye bye.
In the guise of being when they die before their return to the land of the living. But in this tale, they get to go into the haunted regions of the Sea of the Damned and explore new locations for themselves.
No fear have ye of evil curses, says you.
Se ve bello, ¿verdad? Porque ellos hicieron
Properly warned ye be,
el
says
concepto
I,
del ride
who knows when that evil
de Disney
curse
es esto,
will
mano.
strike the
Y está brutal porque el ride
owners
es bien corto. Y ellos hicieron un mundo completo basándose en el ride de Disney.
You'll explore through haunted grotto caves, hearing all these remnants of the past and these ghostly whispers, seeing all these dark deeds of pirates.
Eso está maravilloso.
Sit closer together and keep your ruddy hands inboard. That be the best way to repel boarders. And mark well the words, mateys. Dead men tell no tales.
Until eventually you emerge into Sailor's Grave, this shipwrecked town where damned sailors await rescue from the ferryman. And this is a fully realised location full of these shipwrecked areas where there's a tavern, there's a gambling den, lots of lore reveals, lots of secrets to find. So even though players have got the freedom to continue that story on their quest to find Jack Sparrow, there's lots of things to explore within that location, lots of little
Pero eso es lo
moments
mejor
to
es cubriendo
discover.
todo,
If you
pero de
follow
lado a
the
lado de
trail,
allá,
there's
si
also
no es
reveal
PlayStation, no lo
of a
cubre.
very special ship. There's an
Gracias,
awesome
Miguel. Gracias,
Easter egg
papi.
to find.
Hermano,
I won't
nosotros
spoil it,
tratamos
but
de
I think it really
cubrir
delighted
todo lo que se pueda y más este juego que a nosotros nos emocionó tanto. Pues allá, pues ya tú sabes.
And on this epic journey through this new world,
Es una pena,
you'll find a way to reignite this
que
huge
mucha
stone
gente de la de allá
lighthouse,
no sepa que
finding a way
existimos,
to
porque si
summon
no,
the
su
ferry
vida
of the damned.
cambiaría.
And as
Por
part
eso es
of that
bien
journey,
importante que
you'll
nos
eventually
compartan,
find a
que nos
way
compartan
to
para llegar a
reach
más
Captain Jack
personas.
Sparrow.
Esa es la mejor forma de ayudarnos, de verdad. Recuerden que el podcast ya salió, está en vivo en YouTube y en tu plataforma de podcast favorito. Y que también tenemos la tienda de nosotros, el gamercave.com. Pueden entrar ahí y
So
comprar
we really
productos de
wanted to
nuestra tienda.
introduce a character in Sailor's Grave, the cursed captain. This is a character you carry in the palm of your hand as he's talking to you, and he gives
Pero
you a
compártanlo,
tour of
compártanlo
Sailor's
para llegar a
Grave.
más
He can help
gente.
you find some of the secrets in the town, but he also helps you on your quest to reach Captain Jack Sparrow.
We've a long journey ahead, and I've yet to find me sea legs.
You can play shanties.
Me encanta la
for him, you
música.
can leave
Es
him
una de las cosas
behind,
que más me
you
emociona,
can
¿verdad?
dance
De
in front of
esto
him,
aquí.
he'll comment on all of your actions. So he's essentially this quintessential pirate captain with all the kind of one-liners and all the references to kind of pirate lore. He brings that to life in Sea of Thieves for the first time.
This takes me back. Cards, dice, pitch the pistol. I don't recommend playing that last one with your loved ones.
Big surprises early on in our story is the reveal that not only is Jack Sparrow in our world, but Davy Jones has followed him. You think you're there to release Jack Sparrow from being held captive from the Ferry of the Damned, but it's exactly what Davy Jones wants. So I won't spoil it too much, but Davy Jones shows up right at the start of our story, and you have this awesome cinematic moment with Jack. As you
Bueno, este
defend the
jueguito,
ferry.
de verdad, este jueguito lo actualizaron completo. Y algo que me gusta de este juego, mano, es que realmente este juego pudo haber sido fácil un nuevo juego. Y ellos lo pusieron como actualización gratis, gente.
Just one of those electrifying moments
Gratis.
where, for the first time, you're seeing this beloved, iconic character in the Sea of Thieves world. For the first time, you get to live your own Pirates of the Caribbean adventure in Sea of Thieves.
So now we're going to take a look at the second tale in the 5 tales of a pirate's life. Players are diving deep into the Sunken Kingdom in search of Jack Sparrow's compass,
vamos a tener
which
6
was still
historias.
aboard the Black Pearl when it was attacked. The compass is the
Y esta es la
key
segunda.
to what players will need to save the Sea of Thieves. So players will be diving deeper than they've ever been able to dive before into the Sunken Kingdom. And this is the home and the stronghold of the Sirens. You'll see a Siren Shrine, which is a smaller building, but also the Siren Citadel, which is guarded and home to the stronghold of the Sirens. Players will also venture inside these Siren structures, which have been built from coral and also the ruins of pirate ships. Sirens do drag these ships into the Citadel using these chains and then break them apart and use them to reinforce their structures, and also as methods of traversal, which you'll see throughout the tale as well, for the ocean crawlers that are in service to them. So they really look and feel nothing like you've seen in Sea of Thieves before.
Mano, esto se ve bien bonito. Es una de las cosas que más me gusta, de verdad, de este juego, es el diseño. Es un diseño que es bien cartoony, pero es hermoso, mano, es hermoso.
That are harnessing the power of Siren Song. And by interacting with these statues and causing them to sing in different configurations, players can enact change using water in the environment. So, for example, you may be able to play a rising note of song that causes a giant stone face to open and water to cascade out into the environment, raising you up and allowing you to swim to areas that you couldn't get to before. We created a sort of breadcrumb trail.
Yo lo he dicho anteriormente y lo vuelvo y lo repito. Este juego es una de las razones por las cuales yo tengo Xbox. Y de verdad no me arrepiento. Es un excelente juego, un juego bien chulo, maravilloso. Que si ustedes pueden, de verdad, si ustedes nunca lo han jugado, jueguenlo. Jueguelo porque de verdad, un juego que es súper lindo, de
With
verdad.
Sirens, we knew we wanted to go really deep on making them feel really fluid, really intelligent, really majestic and beautiful creatures, but at the same time terrible and frightening. So one of the core things that we first set out to do in prototype was actually how they move. And we have a system behind the scenes that allows the Sirens to move in a really beautiful way through the 3D
Mari,
environment.
a mí
There are
también.
2 types of Sirens.
Yo amo el
The
juego.
base Sirens,
Yo amo el juego, de
they will
verdad.
have a scratch attack
Es uno de
where
mis
they
juegos
can come towards
favoritos
you and attack you really
y por la
ferociously,
razón por la
but at
cual
the
yo me
same
compré un
time, they can
Xbox.
also back off. They will fire
Vale
a
la
note
pena
of song over to
totalmente,
you.
un
The
juego
Sirens and the
súper
Ocean
lindo,
Crawlers
súper
all have this
maravilloso.
mysterious gem in
Y
the center
los que
of their
quieran jugar
chest,
conmigo,
and
les voy
the
a dejar
Sirens are
aquí
able to use the power of that to create a sphere around them that will damage players,
para que me
but will
añaden,
heal
me pueden
themselves and
añadir como
any of the
Angel
Sirens
Riot
that are nearby at the same time.
en
And
todas
then
las
step
redes
up, we
sociales,
also have
digo,
Siren
perdón,
leaders.
en Xbox,
So
y así
these
puedan
are
jugar
easily
conmigo.
identifiable by the fact that they carry the trident of Dark Tides, and they will fire this trident at you, and they'll also still come in close and attack you, but they'll do so with the trident. And again, they're able to heal themselves, but their gem is a little bit more powerful. With the ocean crawlers, they're a new land-based threat. You will find them throughout the tales, but you'll also find them whilst just adventuring on islands in Sea of Thieves. And there are 3 completely brand new, unique AI enemy types. So you have the crab ocean crawler. So this is the really big ocean crawler.
Mi amores, estamos en vivo ahora mismo en nuestro Facebook, YouTube y Twitch, así que entra al Gamer Cave para que puedas ver el Pirate of the Caribbean literal dentro de Sea of Thieves, el Sea of Thieves a Pirate Life Showcase, así que entra para que lo veas conmigo.
Because if you get too close to an electric shielded ocean crawlers, when damage is dealt to them, the lightning will actually chain to you and anyone else nearby, and you'll take damage from that. And then we have the hermit, who uses spores. They're always kind of pouring out of its mouth. If you get too close, it will breathe those spores on you and poison you.
Este jueguito se va a poner bien
Burrow
interesante.
into the ground and these kind of
Mira
cracks
eso,
will
mira
appear
eso,
in the
mira eso,
ground.
como
When
se
they
rompe el
burst out,
piso.
they'll do damage to you. They can also run and charge at you in a really ferocious attack as well.
Ya, se
The
escucha,
Trident
de
of
verdad,
Dark
se
Tides
ve
is a
bello.
brand new weapon that players will come across as part of their adventures in a pirate's life. You can also find it scattered throughout the world of the Sea of Thieves. One of the challenges to players when they're adventuring underwater is managing their air. And we wanted to deliver a way for players to understand that and be able to get their air back so that they can adventure for longer in a way that's really intuitive. So we have these plants underwater that are really strikingly obvious. They have bubbles emanating from them. All you need to do as a player is find one of these plants if you're running out of air, go near it, and it will completely refill you. Players will uncover the fate of the Black Pearl and its crew, and players will take part in an epic battle against a familiar Sea of Thieves enemy in ways never seen before.
Vamos a ver un Kraken por primera vez de
Bringing
frente.
The world and the characters of Pirates of the Caribbean into Sea of Thieves is just crazy.
Everybody was totally pumped for this opportunity.
When Mike sat down and started taking people through, I was able to just sit back and watch people's faces and watching their smiles light up, watching literally tears in some people's eyes as they kind of were taken through the story. All that sort of stuff was genuinely magical.
When I first heard about bringing Pirates of the Caribbean to Sea of Thieves, I was hit with a spark of excitement that made me feel like a kid again.
Just seeing the characters move, but then with the dialogue as well, it started to feel like this is actually really, really cool, and this is gonna be amazing.
If I could sum up the project in a single word, I would say incredible,
proud,
magical,
enchanting,
epic.
I think the project in a word for me is rare. Every time I see it and hear more of the music or see more of the game or everything, I just think of the studio, and it's incredible. It is a rare game through and through.
I'm so proud of the team. I think there's been an incredible amount of hard work and heart and soul that's gone into this project.
Incredibly beside myself that it's happening. Just this combination of these two sort of pirate passions that a lot of people have.
I'm so proud to have been able to work on part of it and to help bring it into being. I think the work we've done is incredible.
There's so many cool little references that we've managed to include, and I hope that those
Yo quiero su trabajo. El trabajo de ella lo quiero.
The ride and of the films. This has been a real labor of love bringing this project to life, and I can't wait to see players' reactions to it.
Bringing Pirates of the Caribbean to the Sea of Thieves and seeing those things treated so well, and seeing them, with such authenticity, and getting to sail alongside Jack Sparrow is just like a dream come true. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to you all hearing about it. I'm looking forward to you all playing it. But to be honest, I can't wait to get my own hands on it. So I'll see you on the seas.
Thanks so much for joining us for Sea of Thieves, a Pirates Live Showcase. It's genuinely been amazing to have the opportunity to show you in so much detail everything that's coming as part of this, but also just how much it means to us as a team and as a studio, and for so many members of the Rare team to be a part of this, telling this story and letting you know what's coming. It's been amazing, right?
Yeah, this has been an unbelievable journey for us. I mean, it's been such an inspiring project to work on. I can't tell you how excited I and the team are to bring this to Sea of Thieves, and just the scope of content and the way it moves the Sea of Thieves world forwards. I mean, just to recap what you've heard about today, the 5 tall tales that make up that narrative of Sea of Thieves, a pirate's life. Your chance to embark on this epic adventure with Jack Sparrow, encountering new creatures like sirens, ocean crawlers and phantoms, and exploring the Sea of the Damned and the underwater world of the Sunken Kingdom for the very first time. And just how inspired we've been to make it feel authentic to not only our world, but the world of Pirates of the Caribbean. We can't wait for players to get their hands on this awesome piece of content.
Saludos, Aida!
Wait to see your reaction.
And so this is coming free to Sea of Thieves on June
Bienvenida,
22nd,
bienvenida.
which is not long now.
Not long at all. And this is undoubtedly the biggest, most impactful update we've ever added to Sea of Thieves.
And I think that's it from us. So as always, we will see you on the seas. Cheers.
Ahora quiero ponerme a jugar. Quiero ponerme a jugar. Mira, va a añadir otro gameplay. Aida, estamos bien contentos con este jueguito. Aida, me debe.
It's time to bridge the worlds and take our rightful places as lords of the sea.
Now we have awoken, and we are hungry.
Perhaps they'll take ye on the grand tour of the fallen kingdom.
I was starting to think you'd taken a tumble. Not everyone's as steady on their feet as I am. This is the first place I've found where everyone appreciates my uniqueness.
They're coming aboard! Keep your crushing claws off me!
Davy Jones wishes you destroyed, and I shall oblige him.
What is that infernal noise?
Yo no he jugado hace mucho tiempo.
Infernal noise to you, mate. Spara! Destroy that
Soy el peor también. Yo no he jugado hace mucho tiempo.
Enough of this. Hear me, my daughter. Come more than peace.
Mano, ese
Whatever they've
Kraken,
told you, it's
ver el
not true.
Kraken por primera vez me
Unless
emociona.
it's flattering, in which case it's all true, but they left out the best bits. Savvy?
De verdad, ver el Kraken por primera vez me emociona un montón. De verdad, estoy bien contento con esta expansión. Estoy loco que salga y yo sé que ustedes también. Así que gracias a todos por estar aquí con este servidor y con Chuck el ratito que estuvo. Muchas gracias. Recuerden escuchar el podcast de esta semana, que está bien bueno. Lo adelantamos para el día de hoy, para que ustedes lo pudieran gozar y disfrutar el Día de las Padres. Y obviamente también lo podemos escuchar en Spotify y en Anchor. Recuerden darle like y compartir esta página, el Gamer Cave, y obviamente decirle a todo el mundo que venga para acá y nos apoye, que eso es lo más importante. Cada vez que usted comparte este video, usted nos ayuda a seguir creciendo. Muchas gracias. Mi nombre es Anjo Figueroa y en este momento yo me voy. Chequeamos.